Hello, it's Thomas here. I'm here with Imran Yusuf, and we're at Leicester Comedy Festival Gala preview show. Imran, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm looking forward to tonight. I'll be going on shortly.
You're going shortly? I thought you were quite late on in the show.
Second on in second bit. So we've got some time, and it's great. I've been watching the first section, and it's amazing to be in such a beautiful hall with an enormous audience. One that I've not seen for a while now because of lockdown and the pandemic. And there's a great vibe in the room, and it's great. This is amazing. What an amazing gig to be at. Yeah, everyone's had quite a lot of energy as well when they've been up performing, which is great. So Imran, first off first. Leicester, you familiar with the area? Yeah, I've been up to Leicester quite a few times. I've toured here. I've done the festival before, and it's always it's great to see that there is a strong comedy culture here in Leicester. You know, there's an independent festival that it does every year. It'll be 30 years next year, and that's great. It's great for comedy. It's great for the audience as well. It's great generally for the national culture. So it's always a joy. It's about an hour from London, which is always easy for me because I don't like long journeys. Yeah, we're right in the middle as well because you've got quite a lot of comedy scene up in the north, and then in the south you got it again. So might as well breed someone in the middle as well. You work on Radio 4. You're on there quite a lot, I believe. I have? Oh, okay. Well, maybe I appear to be on Radio 4 a lot, more so than I actually am. That's repeats. But I did a Radio 4 pilot. I did a pilot show called Imran Yusuf Relabeled. That went out last year. It's still available on Radio 4, so if you'd want to give that a listen, please do. It's called Imran Yusuf Relabeled, and the pilot episode was what does it mean to be a man? And it was about me exploring what it means to be a man, the definitions of how that defines me and what I think that definition means. And it was good fun. It was good fun to write for radio because it's not necessarily stand up for a club, it was stand up for radio. And I really enjoyed doing it. It was good fun, and the people who listened to it enjoyed it too. So it was great. We've sort of covered this a little bit, but over the pandemic, have you tried shifting over to internet comedy, all that area? I think we all did for a while. There were a few corporate gigs or online gigs that made themselves available, for which we made ourselves available. Some of them were awful and hard, but they paid well, right? And some of them were actually fun. Some of them actually worked because there seems to be, as with anything, audiences can vary from people who've just turned up because someone on the bill is famous or there's nothing else to do. And there are people who are comedy savvy. A comedy savvy audience is always a joy to perform in front of. And some of the Zoom audiences had comedy savvy audiences who knew how to, they laughed in the right places, they knew how to participate in it, they were into it, they understood how it all worked, and that made it a joy for us. Particularly, I did Sarah Millican's new material show over Zoom, and her audience are her fans who are all therefore comedy savvy. And that made it really easy for the rest of us who are on the bill. And that one stood out as one of my favourites. Yeah, because that's something you don't really think about in the pandemic is, as much as all these performers don't have a place to perform, the audiences don't have a place to be an audience either. Exactly. Or they could be from the comfort of their own homes. I think as well, you were talking a bit, I just perused your Twitter beforehand. You were talking a bit about the Comedy Carnival and new venue opening up in Leicester, I believe that you sorry, not Leicester, Leicester Square in London. Leicester Square in London. Sorry about that, Leicester. No, that's what happens when I read too quickly. So in Leicester Square in London, not in Leicester, the Comedy Carnival has got a new venue in Leicester Square at Leicester Square Studios, and it's one of the better clubs. And I'm glad that they've got a new venue, and it's a really nice venue that they've got. So sorry about that, people of Leicester. We can still claim it. And then sort of, you work on Fried and or your earlier sitcom work. Oh yeah. How that stuff? Has that really helped you grow in your comedy career and your work in the media, all of it? I guess it was my first proper acting break. I'm not a proper actor, like I'm not a trained actor. Like Gary Oldman is a proper actor. Like, I'm a stand-up comedian who got a shot at acting through being a comedian. Some writers saw me and went, "We want to cast you in our thing." And then off the back of Fried, I got a proper acting agent who's and then he puts me up for proper acting stuff, and I turn up going, well, I'm not really trained to do this, but I'll give it a go. And yeah, it's got me into the whole acting world, and I do enjoy acting. I've recently done, I didn't want to talk about this, but I'll share it with you guys. I've got a small part, not an enormous part, but a small part in Mike Myers' new Netflix show, The Pentaveret, which I assume was going to come out last year because we shot it last year in the summer, but I'd imagine it'll come out this year. And got to work with the Mike Myers, the legendary Mike Myers. And can I say, he's a really lovely guy. For someone who's mega famous, mega rich, proper Hollywood, you know, all of that, and plays several roles in his own show, he would give anybody the time of day on set. He made sure that all the supporting artists were all right, because we I can't give too much about what I was doing, but we were wearing what's the word that I'm looking for? Our costumes were quite big and heavy, and we got quite sweaty as well. And he would make sure that all the supporting artists had water, that they were okay, and indulge everyone in conversation, even though he's super busy. I thought, what a really nice guy. And I hope that, you know, if I ever were to become that successful, that I'd be as humble as Mike Myers.
Especially when someone in that position, because someone in that position might do it, but if they're doing it and you notice it and it stands out, then that really is going a bit above and beyond, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And you know, so even though I was in 2 scenes and so we shot for a few days, I just noticed that he was consistently, you know, he was concerned about other people on set and how they were, especially the supporting artists who, you know, have to wait around a long time and, you know, don't get treated the same necessarily as someone who's an actor. But it was great that, you know, he saw it as, we all then felt it was a team game. We weren't just in his show, that we were in something with him. And he wanted, you know, just always full of smiles. And the fact he'd come on and go, are you okay? Are you okay? How are you doing? Good morning. Can I get you some water? You do, and I was like, wow, I just didn't expect that from someone of his level of fame. But yeah, what a really nice guy.
Well, that's a little bit of a preview there.
Yeah.
Whether or not you expected it. It's Imran Yusuf. We're at the Leicester Comedy Festival Gala preview event. Thank you very much for joining us. And I hope your set goes phenomenal.
Awesome. Thank you.